I've just had a very big taxing weekend, so I figured the best way to unwind is to troll in low arenas with Mini P.E.K.K.A, Valkyrie, and a fuck ton of swarm cards, as many as I physically can. And yesterday's video did not go well. I got my ass handed to me at the end, and we're not having it again. I'm not allowing it again. So we're gonna start with the graveyard in the back. And he has a Ram Rider and that, so we'll just place a bunch of swarm cards and it should clear absolutely everything. And then I want to use those skeletons to tank for a Mini P.E.K.K.A. That's basically, I mean, they're not tanking really, but just like a little bit. And we'll get minions just to ensure no tower damage. And look, we're already clapping some cheeks. But anyway, I wanted to talk about my weekend. I did talk about my experience clubbing on Friday. I talked about in yesterday's video, but I didn't talk about, see, this is the problem of Valkyrie, because kind of my only counter to that is a Mini P.E.K.K.A, or I can get these in the back to help clean up, and then we'll just go for a tombstone graveyard, because it will kill it, but I will completely counter him, and then we'll go for minions on the Mega Minion, I guess. But anyway, I keep getting distracted because I don't want to lose these fucking games anymore. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of losing games in this arena. That's embarrassing. My skills are better than that, okay? I promise they are better than that. I'm trying to, anyway, so I only got home, or not home, but to my friend's house on Saturday morning after clubbing. We left the house at about 9:30. That was weird placement. I forgot how fast Mini P.E.K.K.A is, but we're just gonna go, and we'll go for minions as well to help clean up. And I think that Ram Rider might connect. Yeah, that's annoying, but we should clean it all up anyway. We left at about 10:30, 11, and then we only got home at 6:30, and the reason we only got home at 6:30 in the morning is because all the trains were down. We left the clubs at maybe 4:30 a.m, which is pretty standard time for us, I guess, because, you know, we like to have a bit of fun, we like to party, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, by the time we got out of the clubs, we tried to find an Uber, and of course there were hundreds of them. This is Fortitude Valley, like, there's hundreds of Ubers waiting outside, but of course none of them wanted to take us, because when we ordered an Uber, it was 30, what was it? It was 30 minutes away from Fortitude Valley, right in the city. That's right where all the Ubers are meant to be. And God, this dick is disgusting, man. Did you see all those spear goblins before? But anyway, so first of all, why was it the 30-minute wait for an Uber? And then we tried about 5 different times. So I don't know why I didn't just press play again, but it is what it is. We tried about 5 different times to get this Uber, and it got cancelled on every single motherfucking time. So we ended up just trying to knock on all these other taxis and all these other Ubers that were already there. We tried knocking on their window. But the problem with doing that is they only, this is an interesting sort of, but that should clean up the muskie very easily, and maybe even get a hit on the tower if he doesn't do anything to defend it, because he spent all his elixir, and that is absolutely perfect. 2 hits on the tower. That's what we love to see. I'm just going to place a tombstone in the back, because that should be annoying for that. And yes, kite it so we can get some values out of that goblin hut, and I'll keep, yep, so the Valkyrie doesn't kill the goblins, and then we just have a fuck ton of goblins, skeletons, and a Valkyrie to tank heading towards his tower. This is, and a bomber is going to completely counter it, but this is what I was envisioning when I came up with this deck. I was like, how can I troll? But anyway, I completely lost track. I'm so happy with how this deck is turning out. I'm absolutely loving it. Anyway, I don't know what to do here. That's gonna get a lot of damage on the tower, and these archers are a bit annoying, and he's probably gonna go for a bomb up, but we'll just set up a tombstone in the back and spear gobs to clean those. I need to stop getting distracted. I keep locking into the game because I was just such a disgraceful performance yesterday. But anyway, we got home at so none of the Ubers. We knock on these Ubers doors, and every single one of these Ubers said $80 for a 15-minute drive to where my friend lives. I live really far, so I can't really do that. Go back to my house. That's why I have to stay with friends. But $80 is what these motherfuckers are trying to charge us. Like, how fucking stupid do you think we are, cunt? But anyway, it is what it is. We ended up having to. So the train station was down, and I'm not really getting any tower damage here. I'm just gonna throw a cheeky mini schmecker and see what he's gonna do. Absolutely nothing. And we'll just kite and get some minions down, and that's tower down, baby. That's what you love to see. You can't do anything about all of the spear gobs. And we'll just get another mini pecker in this lane, and that will clean up the giant. We'll get a tombstone so it doesn't actually go for the tower. So yeah, it's absolutely no hope, and that is GG's for game number 2 of the day. Oh, and just look at that heading towards the tower. Like, what are you meant to do against that? He placed his Valkyrie in the other lane. Maybe, can we get this other tower down, surely? But anyway. So we had to take the bus to the other train station, which we weren't going to take the bus. We were actually going to walk there, which is about a half an hour walk. But on the way walking, we saw a bus that was heading that direction. So thank the Lord for that. And actually, the first bus didn't even let us on. He just drove right past us. He looked at us and he was like, he waved at us, bye-bye, and just left us there. And then we found it. Oh my, level 7. That is nasty. That is absolutely nasty. Oh my goodness. Those archers are also just very annoying, but this Valkyrie should clear everything up perfect. And then he used all his air support, so he didn't use all his air support. But yeah, so we had to take the bus to the train station, which is like ages away, and then from there we had to take the train back to the train station near his house. And then after that was bad placement, man. And then after that, we had to walk 15 minutes. And by the time we got off the train, it was 6:15 in the morning. The sun was up, because that's how it works in Brisbane. And I don't know if that's going to get damage on my tower or not. So I'm just going to not allow anything, because I feel like that's the best strategy here. And that was an interesting cannon placement. But I know he has a similar deck to mine. He has a lot of swarm cards. So yeah, we only ended up getting home at 6:30 a.m. and I obviously had to sleep. I had to sleep off the alcohol so I could drive home in the morning. And I wasn't that hungover, because the best method is to drink a fuck ton of coconut water before you drink alcohol. And wow, I'm leaking elixir. And we'll play that weird ass Goblin Hut placement again for some reason, and then minions, and I'm not really doing anything to build up any sort of push at all. But I think double elixir is where this deck really shines, because I can place down a Goblin Hut, I can place down the tombstone, and it's just too much, man. It's too much for these guys to handle. So we only woke up about 2 p.m. ish on Saturday, and yeah, drove home, rotted the whole day, did absolutely nothing useful. I keep fucking up these placements, man. I don't know why. We'll get a mini mecha in there. I think he might have. He has too much air support. I can't really play my minions and get any value out of them. But these goblins should easily be able to take care of that. And then, is he going to do anything to defend the goblins? I don't know. I don't think so. The knight is an interesting play. But even the Valkyrie can't get rid of all my swarm cards, man. It's just too overpowered. Except he might win on damage here, because he's got really good defense, and he does have level 7 cards, which is really, really annoying. Why do you have level 7 cards already? Now, hopefully the mini peck will just go for the tower. Perfect. This is the opportunity. If I don't just let him get enough damage, and I missed my opportunity. Anyway, I woke up really late on Saturday, went home, rotted, and then I made the YouTube video, which honestly, I thought yesterday's YouTube video was a good one, but I didn't make a short for it, which is why I think I only have like 5 views right now. But you know what, I don't really care that much. I'm just experimenting, doing what I have to do, and that mini peck is a little bit annoying. But then on Sunday, so I only actually got to bed at about 2 a.m. last night because I was recording and then I had to edit the video. And are we about to win? Well, we got some cheeky chip damage, and he just gave it right back to me. We love that. And what's he gonna do against that mini P.E.K.K.A? What's he gonna do against the mini P.E.K.K.A? One hit, perfect, baby, perfect. That's absolutely what we need. We're about to win this game, baby. Level 7 cards. He can't do anything against my defense, bro. He can't do anything against the swarm cards. It's too overpowered, man. And that was interesting placement because they're just gonna kill all of it. But I'll get something up there just to deal more damage, and then just as play as defensively as physically possible. And then, so I only went to bed at 2 a.m. last night, and then I had work. The next day. I had work this morning, a 9-hour shift on a Sunday, which, by the way, where I work, Sunday is by far the busiest shift of the week. And I think we need to start BMing. I thought that Valkyrie was going to get to the tower, but it was sweet. We're chilling. I think we need to start BMing this guy, because I have not been locked in at all. I've been perfect. Just spam as much as possible. I'm having a lot of fun with this deck. I want to play one more. Wow, is that not just beautiful right there? That is just absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I had work, a 9-hour shift, which is the busiest day of the week where I work, and I push trolleys, which is basically just walking around in a car park pushing heavy metal trolleys constantly with only an hour break in total. So it was very taxing. I really am just knackered, except I don't feel knackered now that I've set up to record this. But I'm meant to be going to school tomorrow, and I don't really want to go to school tomorrow, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't want to go to school because we're just doing tutorials for upcoming exams. We just had mock week, so it's just been a big week in general, to be honest. And I think we'll just place another tombstone back here. Maybe he'll fireball it and get my king tower. I mean, I've seen people do stuff like that in this ladder before, but no, he'll go for the goblin heart. He actually has a tiny little bit of a brain, but that musketeer is honestly a problem. He hasn't needed to play any sort of real elixir, and that mini P.E.K.K.A is so good, man. He is so good, especially when I can counter it perfectly like that. Yeah, so I had work today, and we had one of the craziest finds at work today. We found in a trolley there was a full, entire Woolworths trolley stacked with fresh out of the box, like galaxy gas, basically. I mean, we didn't take them, we didn't do anything with them, because I'm not that much of a junkie, personally. But I don't know, that was just interesting. I want to know the story behind why there was a full trolley of 9 separate galaxy gases. I think, oh god, that's tower damage. That's a lot of tower damage for him, but there's so many storm cards that he just takes out in one go. We're just gonna get another tombstone going here. Just as many swarm cards as we can, and the musketeer might be able to take care of that. But one mini P.E.K.K.A it connected, which is really annoying. we're going to back that up with the tombstone just to be a little bit annoying if he places his mini P.E.K.K.A. And that's going to get to the tower, and that might be left tower down. No, the cannon does a good job at defending there. And he is going all out in this lane. And I kind of went all out on defense, which was not the smartest, but we will go with a mini P.E.K.K.A. in the other lane. And he used to, oh, that cannon does so much damage to my mini P.E.K.K.A., man. Okay, it takes a lot more effort for me to win with this stick than I thought it would, but at the same time, no one is penetrating my defense. It's just not happening. God, this is the most fun I have had recording a video so far. I love this dick, man. It's so nice, smooth, sharp, gets straight to the action. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want in my bits. That's what I'm looking for ultimately. And honestly, I think I have more fun dragging the game out in overtime. Because I'm not focusing on offense at all. I am playing entirely defensively with maybe a random mini P.E.K.K.A. every here and there, just to piss him off, I guess. And that cannon's such an interesting placement, and that's tower down, baby! Be on his head. I loved today's video, and you know what? I think I'm gonna step up my thumbnail game. I'm gonna try something new, and maybe we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks to the people who actually watch this shit. I really appreciate you. And what's this lucky drop give us? Oh, we got more than one. We're moving up in the ranks, baby. Are we at Arena? Wait, we're not at Arena 4. That will happen in the next video. Subscribe.